Greetings. So today we're going to be discussing the principles of isostasy and how isostasy helps to maintain balance in the lithosphere. So isostasy is actually one of the main mechanisms that helps to maintain the Earth's balance. It also explains how gravitational forces and buoyancy forces helps to maintain balance between the crust and also the mantle. As you can see on the picture that is depicted on the screen, there is our lithosphere at the top, our mantle, outer core, and inner core. So isostasy will actually help to balance our topography or our lithosphere by adjusting the crust from sinking or rising too far from the mantle, so to prevent massive changes on the crust. So if one Earth's portion is being pushed up by the mantle, the isostasy will push down one portion of the Earth's crust. And that is why we have uneven topography with altitudes that are higher and lower than others. For example, mountains and also. As you can see in this picture below, we have the perfect example of an uneven topography with higher altitudes and also lower altitudes, and mountains and valleys. There are many factors that can lead to our crust sinking on the mantle or rising from the mantle. Number one, we have mountains. Mountains that were formed from tectonic activities can actually add weight on our crust, causing it to sink more on our mantle. But also there are other factors such as erosion. Erosion can actually help to remove material from the crust, making it less dense and causing it to rise up from the mantle. So to have landforms on the crust not sinking too deep to the mantle or rising too far from the mantle, we need isostasy or isostatic balance to keep the equilibrium on our surface between the crust and also the mantle. Now there are two main forces that are very much important in this theory or in this mechanism of isostasy. Number one, we have the gravitational forces. Number two, we have the buoyancy forces. So buoyancy force is actually a physical force that is mostly present in liquids. So buoyancy force suggests that whatever matter that is placed on water or liquid will actually have a force being acted upon it by pushing it upward. You have probably wondered why boats are floating and why you'd find pieces of paper not sinking in water. It is because of the buoyancy force. This diagram depicted on this screen is best suited to describe and explain buoyancy force. As you can see, gravity is pulling the object towards the water or downward, while the buoyancy force is pushing it upward. Now let's explain our isostatic balance or isostasy in a form of a diagram. So in this diagram, we are having a boat and waters, right? So this boat will be a clear indication of our Earth's crust, and these waters will be an indication of our mantle. Now this suggests that there is weight that is being added on the Earth's crust. Remember, we talked of many phenomena such as volcanic activities that or tectonic plates that can cause mountains that will add weight upon our crust, causing our crust to what? To sink. Causing our crust to sink on the mantle. But it cannot stay like this forever. Obviously, there needs to be balance that is going to be restored. That is where now isostasy will take place. Now, isostasy will act upon the crust that had a weight being added on by pushing it upwards using the buoyancy force, or pushing other portions of earth upward. If this force of buoyancy pushes this portion of earth upward, since it was sinking, balance will be restored.